Hey, what's up everybody? It's DJ Jer here with Shop Time, and I had a request on YouTube to do a comparison between the hybrid, the Intimidator, the Chauvet DJ Intimidator Hybrid 140 SR, and another fixture. So that's what I'm going to do here. On my left, this is the Chauvet Intimidator Hybrid. On my right, this is the Intimidator 355Z. And as you probably know, I'm a huge fan of the 355Z. We actually have quite a bit of these that we use in our setups, but once the hybrid came out, the intensity, the quality, and the double gobo wheels, the color palettes, the prisms, there's just so much more value in the SR, in the hybrid 140 SR now. So we've kind of waved that way and started going that way. First of all, the thing I want to show you is the intensity of the beam. And you can see the 375, or the 355, you can see it pretty well. But the beam on the hybrid is just so much more crisp, and you can actually turn the hybrid into a beam, a spot, and a wash. Go check out some of the other videos on that. But I'm gonna give you kind of a side profile on the beam. You can see how much more intense. Hopefully I can get it to focus. Maybe. Well, even out of focus, you can see how much more intense this beam is compared to this beam. There's a lot here. You might say, well, this is tighter. If I widen that up, which I'll do here real quick, we're gonna widen this up, and because right now we are in, I think we're just zoomed in, yep. So we're gonna bring that out. So it's about the same. And then I'm going to refocus. Okay, and again, you can still see how much more intense this light is compared to the 355. Now again, the 355 is a very bright LED fixture. The hybrid is an SR lamp, it is not an LED fixture. So kind of comparing the two, you can tell that, again, there's a lot more quality that goes into this beam compared to this beam. The other things, or the other functions between the two fixtures, I can tell you the one thing on the 355Z, or even most of the LED fixtures they have, is you can actually remove this panel and you can get straight to the gobo wheels. On the hybrid, you don't actually have that function, getting right to the gobo wheel. So to me, that might be maybe the biggest downfall, or the only downfall to this fixture. So again, I think that was just a quality control type thing, where they didn't want people taking these gobos out, because this SR lamp gets a lot hotter than the LED lamp does. So I think that's more of a just being careful, looking out for us as DJs. So looking at here, we're going to turn it around here. Looking at the two again, the one on the left, this one here is the hybrid. This one down here is the 355Z. So the functionality, if you look at, let's see, let's zoom. We're gonna zoom the hybrid first. You can see how fast that zooms. It's got a really quick zoom. Now I'm gonna pull up the 355Z, and the zooming on this, you can see it takes a little bit, it takes longer for it to get to its zooming ratio from tight to wide. So going back to the hybrid, basically your zoom here, you can see how much faster that goes. It's just a quicker, and it's a really cool option if you're using haze and things like that, to actually use a pulsing with the zooming. I think that's a neat little option that we use. Now, the other thing that the hybrid has is it does actually do a wash. You can see how it kind of fades out. It's just a frost filter that they installed. It gives it a nice clean wash. To do a wash on the LED version, you actually have to, let's see, yeah, that's focused. You kind of have to unfocus it. And that's about as much as I can get out of that. You can see as it's still a hard edge, where on here it's a nice soft edge on the hybrid. The other thing I like about all of the Intimidator fixtures is they do have a tri-prism, or they do have a prism. And let's get a gobo up there. Let's focus this up a little bit. And then we're going to bring in a gobo. And I'm trying to think which one's in both of these fixtures. We'll just go ahead and use this one for there. And then I'm going to open up the hybrid, and I got to turn off the frost. We're going to zoom it out. And then we're going to get the focus that we need, which is right there. And the gobos, and actually we need to refocus since it's double gobo wheel. There's actually two different focusing points that we have to think about. Okay, so I don't know if this one is in there or not. Let's just use cone. And I know it looks like a circle, but when it's actually used with haze, it creates a really cool cone effect. So that's why they call this one cone. Now the nice thing is you can rotate these. You can do the same thing with the 355s or the 375s. But when we drop this into Prism, this actually comes in a 8-facet Prism, which now you can kind of see how much bigger that gets. And you can also see how clear it comes out. Now, if you really want to get crazy, the other nice thing, I'm going to tighten up that focus a little bit. There we go. The other nice thing is the linear prism, which breaks it down that way. Now, if you rotate it, you'll actually be able to see the linear prisms on that. And put it in a slow rotate. Now, with the prisms, you can actually layer the prisms, which now gives you even more spread. And I'm actually going to slow this one down just a little bit. And I'm going to spin the linear prism the other way. Maybe. There we go. And now you kind of get this, almost this 3D effect by using the prism on there. So to me, those are some of the biggest differences. The other differences, I'm going to go ahead and turn these off. I'm going to turn off the gobo. I need to refocus. Now, the other thing that I was going to talk about, I'm going to turn the 355 back to spot and turn off the prism. There we go. So the color wheel would be the other thing. You can see we're going to go through the 370 or the 355 first. You can see it's got your normal colors that they put in a lot of their Intimidator line. It's got split colors. But here's the thing, as we open up the hybrid, here's the thing I really want you to notice. You've got your white, you've got your normal colors, you've got a gold tone, which I really like, you have a really bright fuchsia, you've got a green, and then this one is a warm white, which is not in the LED fixtures, or it's not in the 355. So the warm white to me is one of the most attractive things in this. It does have a blue cool white as well, and it has UV, which is an amazing UV, makes things really pop. You can go check out some of the other videos on the hybrid if you want to learn more about some of those things. But movements are all going to be the same. You're going to get your pans, your tilts. They both run on IR remotes. Again, the 355Z is a great fixture. We've always appreciated this fixture. It's always worked well for us. But the hybrids, when they came out with the hybrids, we fell in love with them. The zooming, everything is just so quick, so clean. They really put a lot of time and thought into the hybrid. So there's a comparison. Hopefully this is a good comparison for you. If you have questions, or questions or comments, feel free to put those down below. You can always reach me at Jeremy at djjershoptime.com as well. And again, leave those comments, questions. This is DJ Jer with Shop Time. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.